Sebastian here, curator of the SYMPHONIC podcast and composer of the Kalasin series of albums, and I'm being the gift that just keeps on giving as I'm back with an EP review, and this time it's a band out there from Southern Ontario, Canada, who are trying to create an authentic, original sound amongst all the metalcore and gent rip-off bands that they're surrounded by. This is what they claim. They claim that they are just heavy, straightforward, and no rules metal. That's all about the riffs. Now, the name, because of the capitalized R, I don't know if this is BabbaR or BabbaR. So hereinafter, just referred to as the band, they invited me to listen to their debut release, which is an EP called the Incipient, and I selected a couple of my favourite tracks there for you to listen to. So let's jump straight into it, and we're going to start with a track called Bone Orchard.
You can splatter right across the land. You can kill a man with your own goddamn hand. I'm chopping off the weak. That turns to fiction. The lies are complete. To rip the flesh off food. Shortcut to another's destiny. Nightmares fear found in a dream. Consuming is your only way of life. Don't let your pain be mistaken as a personal gain. No matter warning, this is your defeat. This is your defeat. Now your suffering begins to grow. The pages fall apart, the system terminates. It's the end of the road.
think of that? Absolutely packed full of guitar riffs, and this is a hallmark of Adam Thieran, who's the guitarist and songwriter in the band. I mean, it's constantly switching it up, changing it, and each riff is just a killer. There's some solo assistant from a guy called Stevie T, who you may know as a famous YouTube guitarist, but it's complemented by the band. It's just all the members are excellent. In particular, for drumming it's quite something. I feel for the guy who's having to keep up with some harsh riffs there, but you know, it all comes out comes out beautifully in the wash. It's such a great sound, especially through headphones. I really like this band, and you know, they're constant changing things up with the riff work. This is a hallmark of the band, and this album's was released back in 2014. So well, that's 8 years ago, and for something production-wise to sound solid almost a decade after it's released, that's something of note. I mean, this could have been released yesterday, and so it's a band that are already proving that they can stand up to the test of time. And without further ado, I suppose this now leads on to the next track, which I've selected, which is Royal Blood Illusion. And just like that, this EP review in this video is like almost over. Where has the time gone? I mean, that was a brilliant closing track to the EP. And you know, what else can I say about the EP? You've got a nice instrumental opening called Hiroshima, as a couple of tracks in there that follow as well. And it's, you know, it's all just a good listen. You know, I had a real difficulty kind of picking out two for the purposes of this video. I would have quite happily walked through the entire set. You know, there's been some. The musicians here support each other so fantastically. Colin White on bass, you know, you'd be forgiven for forgetting about the bass player, as is often the case in kind of rock and metal bands. But you know, the lines and the riffs are equally complex as the guitaring. And whilst this is a, you know, guitar focused band, you know, the bass is not just a side instrument in this. If you listen closely, particularly in Royal Blood Illusion, there's some fantastically supporting sort of like tones and in there that really give the band the depth of sound. And yeah, I don't know if you caught that after that beautiful midsection with the acoustics. I mean, when they were panned really well in the stereo field, I mean, that was a nice sort of dreamy, illusionary kind of relaxing moment before you're bang into, you know, Riffmeister Central again, and a guitar solo that just like that. Yeah, got my hair standing on end. And you know, if a music can impact you physically like that, as well as mentally and emotionally, I mean, then it means you're doing your job as a musician. And I'd love to hear some more from this band. You know, there is some stuff since this album, and that's on Spotify, I found. Let me just quickly have a nose. Yeah, a few singles. I've listened to a couple, and most recently in 2022, this year, there's a single there. I urge you to check that out. I mean, this is a band that have improved over time. If you thought this was awesome, go and check the rest of their material out. I'm going to leave all the links and stuff below. This has been a blast, and yeah, thank you for the music, guys. And you out there, follow them. They're fucking awesome.